Roadblock Radio FM 1011 HD3, New York, New Jersey.
Again, you got a lock right now with the girl DJ Black BARBIEE live inside the building. As I mentioned before, I have a very special guest today. He is the Grammy Award winning artist. He is stealing a lot of our arts, the one and only KABAKA Pyramid. KABAKA, how you doing?
Blessed love. You're there, you know?
That is great to hear. And I want to say formally, congratulations on winning your Grammy.
Yeah, man, a great feeling, man, great honor. I just forgive thanks, you know, all heap of work we put in, and, you know, really proud of the album and everything for winning that year there. So, yeah, man, that's is weird to that badge of honor, you know?
Most definitely. And yes, make sure that you guys know you go out and buy The Calling. Yes, it's still available on all music platforms. We say run the numbers up, you know, continue to support the album. It's an amazing album. Win the Grammy. So, you know, say after what? Yeah, go check it out. Yes, and show love. So, KABAKA, it's been a lot that's been going on with your music career. So proud of everything that's going on. I see that you're traveling all over. You are making it in the media. And we just want to tap on something that was very comedic. Yeah, we'll start off real light. Tell us what happened on the Jamrock cruise. People want to know what actually took place while you were there performing. I'm not going to tell them. You did it so gracefully. So gracefully. Take us back through that moment.
Yeah, no, I tell you, so the breeze kind of did what me still, and then I try step forward on the stage and try walk on the speaker in front, and the breeze just take me, and I kind of roll over and spin over and get back up on my feet same time, like some ninja style thing, you know, but it worked out still, you know?
Yes, and it was very graceful. I was like, what? Look at you.
You have agile, you know, you have agile.
Yeah, we say you're quick on the feet. You're really quick on it. We like
Yeah,
it.
man, definitely.
And I see that you were just on another cruise recently. Tell us about that. It wasn't a repeat,
Yeah.
right?
No, it was a Far East reggae cruise. So Mighty Crown them keep them on cruise in Japan. This was them second edition. The first one I believe was 2023, and yeah, it was a great vibe. Me and Morgan Heritage performed on the final night, and yeah, just pure Japanese people on the ship, and you know them just really love the music, like devoted to the music on a different level. Like the appreciation of them for the music was really something for me to see, you know, and yeah, the performance went great, and just the whole vibes on the ship was nice. The people them so polite, and you know, when them see you, them ask nicely if you can take picture, and then them will form a little line when them are wait to take the picture. They would just, you know, like, oh, Jamaican people, they would just bum rush and just rush to the front and just go and like say them alone exist. You know, Japanese people, they would just form a little line, and it's funny to watch, but you know, the vibe was nice, man. It was really nice over there. 5 nights on the sea, and Rummy and Burger did it too, and Ding Dong, Busy Signal. So it was a good vibe.
Nice. So you say they're more orderly. Unlike
Yeah,
we
man,
Jamaica,
for
we
sure.
unruly.
Definitely. A different vibe, I don't know.
Nice. So, as you mentioned, speaking about Japan, we know the Olympics too that is taking place. Were you able to?
The world champs. Yeah, the world
Yes.
champs. No, we never get, because as soon as we reached Japan, we had the cruise. So we were actually staying, we had a show in South Korea. You know, like, I would have never think so I'd end up in a South Korea perform reggae music. But we had a festival there, and then we ended up, we did shot across to Singapore for like a one show too. But for the most part, we were staying in South Korea. So we never get to, like, there in a Japan, because once we reach Japan, now we just straight go board the ship, and we're up on the sea. So, you know, world champs kind of go on while the cruise was actually active, you know.
Nice. Big shout out to all of our Jamaican athletes. They're doing amazing.
Yeah,
We
man,
did.
I'm going good, man. They couple medal today too.
We said the 1, 2. We're gonna forget the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we'll get the 1, 2 for sure. Yeah, man, Oblique and Kishay, man, it's a good look.
Definitely. And we kick off the show with your song Jamaica, repping the flag, waving it all over. And I think this highlight this moment? Because, you know, sir, we say we're proud, you know, we are some
No, for sure.
proud
Yeah, man,
Jamaican.
it's a proud people, man. Especially when we are win, we have to big up your chest, and you know, it's a good look. And I love the support for the song. Like even when we reach a Singapore, we just do a little small show in Singapore. Cause the first time I go over there, the people them bring the vinyl them for me come sign. Like, couldn't believe like a good amount of people bring the Jamaica vinyl and some other song. And yeah, man, I really love it over there, man. And it get a nice reception on the cruise to Japan. And you know, it was nice to release some music. It's the first to really release anything since the album. You know, and the whole juggling going good and things. So for sure.
Yes. So take us back to the moment when you decided to create this single Jamaica, and I have to say I love the music video. 'Cause for those that haven't been back to Jamaica in a minute, you're definitely highlighting some of those nice good feeling where you feel like this feel like home.
Yeah,
So
man.
take us back through that process. Why you decide to create this single? What's the inspiration behind it?
So the whole thing really started as a juggling rhythm. So well, it didn't even start as a juggling. I did a song with the Youngster on the rhythm called Panda Island, and that released last year September around this time, and it did really well. And it's really him encouraged me to voice up more artists on the rhythm. Cause I was like, yo, Baka, you really find a sound with this beat, and can me build the beat from scratch and everything, and you know, kind of launch out as a production vibe, and then we drop a Jalil in a December, and then I think it's about maybe January me start to really write my song. Cause I realized enough of the songs I was getting on the rhythm is like about Jamaica, like highlighting the positives and even some of the like gunman tone, some of the negative things, like, you know, from Jamaica, but just all different things about the island. So me decide to just write my song just literally about Jamaica and really kind of consolidate everything on the juggling, you know. And so my song was one of the later songs them to really write, but you know, it was coming out of the theme of the rhythm. You know what I mean? I just want to talk about all of the things that I love about Jamaica, you know, and the fact that we're traveling around the world representing Jamaica and, you know, waving the flag. Kind of like red, gold, and green, kind of following along them same vibes. But this is about Jamaica now, you know what I mean? And just whether he is Rasta, whether he is Ballad, it's just everybody's song for Jamaica, you know what I mean?
Definitely, yes. And it's Panda Island Rhythm. Make sure you go and check it out again. It is out right now. We got Dre Island on it, Youngster, Jail, as you mentioned. The Marco is also on it, Luton Fire. And it's
Pressure Capitan,
yes, Waleed, the artist that is on it. And again, it's giving you that real good island vibe because we say Panda Island. Yes.
Yeah,
And
definitely,
you're feeling
definitely.
it. So make sure you definitely go out and support, as you mentioned, to give that real good feeling when it comes to reggae music. We know that there is definitely a highlight that is going on when it comes to dancehall right now. How do you actually feel reggae music and the propel of it right now and its state with the music?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Obviously, you were seeing all of these big arena shows, you know, mostly around dancehall. It's really Buju kickstarted still.
True.
And him kind of represent both sides of the music very well. And then we see obviously cartel shows them inspire whole heap, and we see Alkaline, and so it kind of give a feel like it's a dancehall era we're in right now, which is cool. Like we love dancehall, and we love to see the music just pushing new boundaries. You know, we see Sean Paul still doing huge numbers all around the world and thing with his tours as well, and you know, it's a great feeling, you know. And then you see on the reggae side, you see like me myself a tour, you see Proto doing thing, him doing some shows with TPI too. You see you know, Gang and Steve doing them Traffic Jam tour, and you know, I think it's there's still a good balance, but you'd definitely say dancehall at the forefront of people's attention now, and that's cool as long as I'm pushing the boundaries. And for me, the main thing is collecting the data with these shows, because we don't want just all the information of all these people buying the tickets just in the hands of the investors or of the live nations of this world or these people, because we want to know, so we within our own ecosystems can benefit from all these numbers that we're getting and all the traction, so that when we're doing our own things and other artists can benefit from some of this data and information, so that when them tour, them can target the same people and them can sell the merch to the same people and really expand the thing, you know. And you have artists like myself myself, I kind of reach out to people outside of the diaspora as well as the diaspora. You know, kind of feel like dancehall is kind of diaspora centric. You know what I mean? And except for when, you know, some of the artists them do big shows at Europe and them places, but definitely like on the East Coast, US, you know, UK, them places heavily diaspora centric, while reggae kind of can branch out outside of that and bring in a different audience. So yeah, I see the whole thing as a good vibe, you know.
Yes, 'cause, you know, there is someone I was a sellout, and as you mentioned, you know, Buju definitely kickstarted. Definitely a great space for reggae music, especially in the European market. We definitely see that happening. But as you mentioned, to have it here and not America is really what we need. So what do you believe? You mentioned, you know, we say Live Nation and other, you know, not Jamaican based forum that is doing this. Like, what do you feel is needed? Because a lot of times, you know, they tend to say Jamaican people, is it hard to work with them or to work to make something be successful where it needs to? What do you feel is like the formula to get that going for us? Because it needs to be in-house. And I see artists that are trying to do that. Big shout out to Shaggy, because I see he's trying to do that too, in trying to do everything Jamaican. So what you feel is the formula that is needed for this market?
So my thing is, our industry is very artist centric. And when I say that, I feel like most camps is like the artist is making all the decisions. And if the artist happens to be business minded, you know, like a Shaggy, like a Sean Paul, or have the level of success where it's kind of hard to do the wrong thing. You know, you find that there's a level of success, but outside of that, there's a lot of arrogance, there's a lot of egotism, there's a lot of you know, when it comes to these artists just making decisions. So for me, I feel like the business need more business-minded people in positions of power within the structure of artist camps and to build out the touring industry, you know, and I think that's something where it needs investment from Jamaica. It needs government intervention too, to empower managers and management teams and administrative teams, you know, because without that, it's hard to, artists will always kind of make the short-term decision, because them a look for, depending on what situation them coming out of, them a look for feed them families, them a look for defend their money. So when you're making decisions just for defend a quick money, you end up short-changing the long-term effect of the business. You know, and that's how the industry kind of become a hustle vibe, you know. So when you have more business-minded people involved, trustworthy business-minded people that can help to make long-term decisions and do things like, you see a lot of these big artists tour. Like if they check the reggae bands from out of the US, like the Revolutions and the Stick Figures, these people are doing amphitheaters. They're doing huge numbers, but every time they tour, they bring somebody that does, if they do 10,000 venues, they bring somebody that does 5,000, that does 2,000, that does 1,000, and that does 500. So in terms of capacity ticket sales when they tour, so they bring all of these levels of artists with them on tour. And that is what develops the industry. So all of these acts, they get to go and perform in front of these 10,000, these people that Revolution, Stick Figure, Slightly Stupid, those are drawing. And that's how they get to grow within the business. Now, without like proper business structure, you wouldn't have that, because Revolution would have just said, we can draw this 10,000 by ourselves. We don't need to bring these people. You know, and that's what's happening in Jamaica industry, because artists just make a decision based on him ego and based on him stardom and him stature. So you're finding a lot of these acts doing these big venues and things, and they don't have nobody else on the lineup. They might bring a special guest or somebody who is them friend or so, for kind of feature and do 1 and 2 songs, but nobody is really benefiting from an industry perspective other than the artists, because everything is artist centric. You know what I mean? So we need more business connections that can create this kind of ecosystem where the bigger acts are helping the smaller acts to develop and develop them touring thing, so that them can sell merch, them can sell albums. Everything is kind of oriented now to just getting hit songs so that you can do the big shows. And then your album's not selling,
Right.
your merch not selling, but you have enough people with them phones out at your show because you're in the hype and you're in excitement. So, and then you just kind of have to keep making hit songs to stay relevant, whereas outside of reggae dancer industry, most people thinking more long term and kind of structuring the thing different,
I actually like that. This is very insightful, and I hope people are taking notes from it. It's an artist-centric. That's a great terminology, and that's literally what is going on right now, because you really do need to help the next person and just bring each other up on that ladder. And I like the way that you mentioned it. Like if you have an artist that can bring out 10 or 5, or you add them all together. And I think that is what the Jamaican music industry really needs, because a lot of artists do make their income when it comes to touring. I love this.
We can't exist just based on Jamaica alone, because only less than 3 million people. Like, we need to tour, we need the outside market, and that takes strategy.
True.
And we have the whole system of promoting the songs. So what we've kind of figured out is, if a song busts a yard, how to make it big internationally. We kind of figured that part out over the years. You know what I mean? So everybody just kind of depend on trying to have as many hits as possible. But that's just one part of the business,
Artists need to actually learn the business. They need to learn the business, but they have to learn unity. Unity is the key factor. They need to learn that. And speaking about touring, as you mentioned, you are currently on tour. Boy, I'm not telling a lie. You need them. It's turned up. It's turned up. But of course, tomorrow you're going to be performing in Brooklyn, New York at the Coney Island Amphitheater. Big shout out to Summer Stage. I know it's going to be a crazy event. It's a free show. Oh my God. Alongside Lila Ike. Oh, tell us about that. When you got that call for this event, like, what was it? Take us through that process.
Yeah, so big up Max Glazer. Him is the one that kind of, him always I look out for when it comes to the New York market, and especially from I did the Immaculate mixtape with him. We've been always talking, and we've done summer stage shows before, and it's just another edition now, and we're glad to say them want to highlight reggae. Obviously Lila doing very well. She just dropped her album. Me still coming out for the success of my album and the latter releases and thing. And we just want to give back and just give advice to the people in Brooklyn, the whole of New York. Just want everybody forward out. So it's a free show, so not have to worry about things, a family thing, the music clean, you can bring your children, all of them kind of vibes. And it's gonna be nice. So our thing is an energetic show, and I feel like them are gonna get a real energetic show from both artists, and with diversity, and just it's gonna be a great vibes.
Yes, remember him a balance. He got balance. The balance, but you ever give an amazing performance, you just have to throw down in there liquor. So yes, make sure you come out. Again, it's definitely a free concert. Big shout out to Federation Sound.
And early too is an early thing too. So gates open at 5. So definitely show up at 10 o'clock and feel like you gotta see everything. So
it's from 6 to 9.
5 to 9. 6 to 9 at the show, but yeah, man.
So come on out. Definitely. Again, it's a free concert, Coney Island Amphitheater. So be there tomorrow. You definitely don't want to miss it. So KABAKA, please tell us, is there any other projects you're working on? We know you dropped the Panda Island Rhythm. Like, is there anything else you're working on for the fans to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I have a whole heap of music. Not scheduled as yet. I just appeared on Jesse Raya's album with a song called Jungle Justice, so can check that out. But I have a whole heap of music I produce and stuff with other producers working on. But we're still kind of shaping up for next year, so maybe we'll drop something before the end of the year, but we'll see. Maybe we preview something on the show and kind of test it out and see what the audience has said. But I have a whole heap of music I work on, other producing for other artists as well. Youngster, I have about maybe 4 songs on a Youngster album coming up. So whole heap of things,
So what about your album? We know we got the calling. What's next? Where's the next
is that album? No, man, I forgot link back up with Gang now and figure out what's the next pre of the album. You know what I mean? So it's not till next next year for sure.
Next
But I
year.
gotta drop some singles and so. But I feel like it's reggae time again now. You know what I mean?
True.
Like I kind of a wide variety of sounds. Like songs like Grateful is a different type of beat, and then you have just different kind of things. So I kind of want really zone in on reggae, kind of some more traditional vibes, and because I feel like that's what the market out there really want. They want some good reggae music, some good reggae rhythm.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? And I've never really just done a project with majority just straight reggae right through. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards the next album. But we'll see. I have hip hop stuff I work on and kind of soulful, kind of like different vibes as well. And 1 and 2, producer just give me some dancehall thing and I buy some song while I was on tour. So all heap of things there, but I kind of just feel like reggae time needed now.
Like you said, we want the authentic reggae music. Like we want
Yes,
that vibe
definitely.
that puts us in a feel good
Yeah,
state.
everybody always I try to go for this crossover thing and things not really crossover unless it's our vibe. You know what I
True.
mean? So
True.
that's kind of what we're leaning.
Yeah, keep it original and keep it raw. That's what we need,
Definitely. Facts. Facts.
Not with a
Facts. Facts.
crossover. So I'm
That is it.
curious. That you're extremely busy. You're touring. You have a lot of shows coming up. What does Kabaka Pyramid do in his downtime? Like, take us through a
Yeah.
day so the fans them can have a little insight of Kabaka. We get the professional, we get the artist, but
Yeah.
what is it like for you during your downtime when you're not
Yeah,
recording music?
some is a man I like for do. I like for work on my fitness and like, jump rope, me heavy with the pull up bars and them kind of thing and just kind of stay fit. I watch whole heap of football. I watch football, I watch basketball, American football. Them is the main sports I watch like day to day. When I say
Mm.
football, obviously soccer for those who
Yeah, but that's like I
American
say, I'm gonna
centric.
clarify.
Yeah. But I still watch I start watching enough American football. I'm a Ravens fan still. So if anybody who
Oh.
watch NFL, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
kinda get into that the last few years. But yeah, me's a Arsenal fan, he's a Barcelona fan. So watch whole heap of soccer. And yeah, me's a man who read whole heap of books and them something there. Always I produce music, I have a home studio. So always I work on music, although you said downtime, but there's never really
Yeah.
downtime for your artist slash producer. You always I do something. And anytime I start listen music, I just want to create. It's like we can't put on some music and then just there just a listen. It's like I gotta get
Inspiration.
inspired and want to go
Yeah.
work on something immediately. So sometime I don't even listen music because of that, because it's so inspiring and triggering. You know what I mean? Sometimes I watch some series or some show or some documentary or some different thing just to get my mind off of it. But yeah, I like to plant things in my backyard and grow my pepper them and my scallion them and something there
Watcha.
too, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like it. Yo, y'all got a little
Balance.
insight with Kabaka right here. I like this. I like this. A different side, regular. I look a
Yeah, man.
different side.
Yeah, cause
Kabaka.
we I tell for 20 odd years and
Uh-huh.
meat and them things there. So we have to grow with things and we have to make sure so I eat right and definitely.
I'm not good with the planting, but I don't eat meat either. I'm definitely in the Ital
See
eating
then.
journey. Yes, I've been on it for like
Nice.
7
Proper.
years now.
Okay,
Definitely the
proper.
best decision ever. But yeah, my aunt them
Yeah,
just
man.
can't plant. But me gonna try. Me still a
Jana, you
try
have
it.
the
Me a
green
kill.
thumb.
Yeah,
You
don't have
have
the
the green
greens.
thumbs.
That's a
Jana,
tall.
so destiny.
But I have
So
to
it go,
say,
man.
thank you so much, Kabaka, for taking the time out to do this interview. But before you actually leave us, I'd love for you to give some of the young artists that are coming up in the business right now any advice
Yeah.
that you could give them, knowing that you've been on this journey, you've seen the ins and outs, you have accomplished so
Yeah.
much in your life.
Yeah, man, just work on the craft. Just work on the craft. Put in the 10,000 hours. Know what your strengths are, know what your weaknesses are. Develop the strengths even further and, work on the weaknesses. And the more you thrive in what you do best is the more people will come around you that believe in you. You know what I mean? And just be genuine and authentic. Don't run down the hype and them thing because it don't really last. You know what I mean? It don't really last, and it don't have much value at the end of the day. You want to know that you contribute something to humanity, something with worth and something with positive energy. Because a spiritual world out there, you know what I mean? And every thought that you do carry a energy, carry a frequency, and it lasts in the universe. You know, so you want to put out positive energies out there, and don't watch how people where put out certain energy might have the success, because it's so the devil kind of work, you know. The devil kind of encourage people to do negative and do things where it's about vanity and them things, so that it can further its agenda. So you always want to keep the frequency them light and get the right people around you who can help you develop. Because it's not just about the songs, it's about the business. You know what I mean? And I said that in a positive way. It's not about selling out or anything like that, or just only thinking about money. But you want to develop everything you do into a sustainable business, you know what I mean, so that you can thrive over the years.
Amazing. Good word. Make sure someone take heed and listen to KABAKA. Yes, but KABAKA, let them know where they're going to see you tomorrow, where they need to be.
Yeah, man. Coney Island Amphitheater is the place to be. As I said, doors open at 5, showtime 6 to 9 p.m. KABAKA, Lila IK, Federation Sound, big up Max Glazer, big up the whole family, big up Ronnie. You know, the place always, big up my team. You know, it's a live show. My whole band will be there. You know, I have the same musicians for the last 10 years just on the road. You know what I mean? So we love we can travel the world with my band and present the music in that way there. You know, so yeah, man, I look forward to see the whole of New York, the whole of Brooklyn roll out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so make sure you definitely roll out tomorrow. Tomorrow, the place to be is what? Brooklyn, New York, Coney Island Amphitheater. It's going to be a vibe. Yes, he is bringing the entire Jamaica. Yeah, a reggae vibe, positive vibe. So make sure it's on a roll out. Big up to Ronnie again, Destiny Media. You don't know things said, crazy love always. And again, you got it locked. So we're going to pull up the song. And we said Jamaica and proud Jamaicans. So definitely keep it where you got it.
Big up your Roadblock Radio FM 1011 HD3 New York, New Jersey.